that Mr. D took, that Mr. D took. Hello everybody, I'm Adam. This is the Southend Guy Paranormal Channel. And a big welcome back to you all. Here I'm filming at home again. I don't know what I've done with my sheet. I packed it up and now I just don't know where to put it. I have a feeling the last time I had it was at the Yoga Wild weekend, which, if that's the case, I've still got another bag somewhere. Anyway, I digress. That's another story. Right, well, Bonnie, most of you should have watched the special I did about the retracing steps from Mr. D as near as I could get it, and hopefully that's enlightened you a little bit as to recovering the ground on foot. It was mentioned, although the comment has mysteriously disappeared, about, oh, you done it during the day. Yeah, there's a reason for that. Exactly the same reason as when I drove the route during the day. It's a visual lighting affair. Obviously you're going to see a lot more of the area during the day than you will at night, and that was primarily my goal. I'm going to go back and do that in addition, as I've already mentioned, I think, on that video, that I'm going to look to drive the route of Billy Jasper at night, so we end up down Rectory Lane when it's dark. And then what I intend to do is retrace that route. As I say, that's about the nearest I'm going to get to whatever Mr. D allegedly did. So I'm going to retrace that route at night, and you can get a perspective of it from that point as well. So hopefully we can sort of get in our mind's eye what the things look at. I will probably look to do that nearer around autumn winter time, when the vegetation's dry, will have gone, or there'll be a lot less of it. Because as you see from that video, it was like taking a walk through the jungle. There's a lot of foliage everywhere. So I think that's probably what I'm going to do. I'm going to drive that route at night to give you a perspective on what you've been looking at Rectory Lane in the evening, because we've all seen Workhouse multiple times, from me, Crime Centre Courtroom, Essex True Crimes, or all the other guys have. We've all been down there at day and at night, so we know exactly what that lane looks like. What we haven't seen is Rectory, so that's what I'm going to do. But as I say, it won't be just yet. I'm going to wait until the weather draws in and all that, all the green stuff that's there at the moment. I'll wait till that's gone, and we can try and get a reasonable perspective on what Billy Jasper and this Mr. D was looking at when they went down there late on that December evening. And moving forward with the retina stuff, I've got a follow-up to what I did last week. I did take some drone footage looking at that route from the air, so again that will give you a nice perspective on what you would have been, but it give you a nice perspective on that route. And I'll put a little bit of history with it, because it's on my computer. I just haven't recorded and edited it. I haven't recorded and edited it yet, so that's all to come. And then once that's done, we're going to look at doing a more in-depth study of Darren Nichols, try and understand his psychology, and we're going to look at the timeline, the official one, and retrace the route from Darren Nichols. And also going to look at an alternative timeline, which included the alleged witness statement of Craig Rolfe at the Carpenters, and at least two of them, I think, at the what was the Fortune of War. We're going to look at that as well and see how that differs from what we know. And at the end of the day, I'm going to put that out there, and you can sort of make your own judgments. I'll make you know, I'll put my own thoughts into it, what I think, but you know, at the end of the day, it's, you know, we all think differently, and that's the great thing about it. We've all got our own perspectives. Hopefully it will give us a bit of an informed, we can make probably more informed opinions of that based on, you know, what we presented. But that's all for the future. Now, content that I've recorded. Now, I've been a quite busy boy this last week. We went down to Canvey last Sunday to cover the bomber's anniversary of its crash off of Canvey. If you remember, I'd done that a couple of years ago. So we went back to see if we could get anything else. I've yet to edit that, so I don't know what's come through on the white noise box. So there's that. As also, I did some work on the Patricia Parsons murder, because that was 32 years last week. So I've also done some stuff on that, and I crashed my drone again. Fortunately, it wasn't. It was only light. I was trying to back up the drone to get a shot of where I thought the car had been left, and I just sort of clipped a twig and then went. But it's all well and good, no damage done, thankfully. They're quite robust, those DJIs, so I will give them that. Yeah, and then I went, but I think I lost my senses late last Thursday night after I finished at Brentwood, because I decided, after I finished my Brentwood job on Thursday night, to take a trip back to Epping and see if I could get some responses and see if Patricia would come through to me. So yeah, there's a nice little three-parter there about the Patricia Parsons murder. Yeah, as I said, we've been a busy little so-and-so recently, and also now obviously you'll know we went to Ramsgate Tunnels. The first episode of that's coming up this week. That's a three-parter as well, and that'll be split up over the coming weeks, intertwined with the extra Rettendon stuff and the Patricia Parsons. So it's going to be a little bit mixed up, just to sort of keep things interesting, I suppose. I don't know. And yeah, I've just literally finished editing all the video content of Ramsgate Tunnels, and there's a saying of getting the best the best comes last, sort of thing, if you can call it that. Now, I can't remember if I did talk about it, because obviously a lot's gone on with me, the channel, over the last few weeks, but the last point of our visit to Ramsgate Tunnel ended, it was an emotional affair. A spirit come into contact with us, or one of the party, and the crux of it was we had to help her cross over because she couldn't stay there. She wasn't in a good space. Well, I've just finished editing the Ghost Tube app side of it, which picks up my EVPs, and there is a very, very telling EVP that connected with that spirit, and it's actually called my name. Even going back now, it's still, you know, when I was editing that, it just brought all the emotions back again. As I say, it's a funny thing, as you know from my time when I started this, to a bit of cheap thrills. I'm going to say I started it for a bit of cheap thrills and give people a laugh, see me scare the shit out of myself, X, Y, Z. Weirdly, the one thing that hasn't happened is I haven't had the shit scared out of me. I've been anxious a few times, I will say that, and I've had moments where I think, yeah, I need to get the fuck out of here. That I will hold my hands up to, but I never at any point expected to be helping spirits that are stuck here to move on. But that's precisely what we did at Rettendon. I did post up a little teaser clip. It's actually on Instagram. because I just clicked that little EVP thing. And annoyingly with Instagram, they tend to sort of condense your photo video down, so the caption that's on it has actually gone. You can't see it, which is really annoying. But I suppose in a way that's handy, because when the I hope this is still making sense. When that bonus footage drops, which will be in a few weeks, obviously you'll be able to see the caption. You can hear and sort of link up the caption with what come through in my edit. And it was, I would say, relatively profound. She had such a nice voice. It was really clear, and she had such a nice voice. Yeah. Right. Yeah, it's going to get me going again. Right. Look, I'm going to probably leave that there. As I say, first part of Written in Tunnels is this week. And there's a little bit of bonus footage that will come with it. It'll come with the other 2 episodes as well. And as I said, it's going to be sort of broken up, what I've done with more written content and the stuff I did over Patricia Parsons. So yeah, nice little mixed bag coming up over the next couple of months. I'm going to leave it there. Any comments, suggestions, ideas, obviously drop them below. If you're new to the channel, thank you for joining me. Don't forget to give us a thumbs up. If you just come across my channel, once again, hello. Please hit that subscribe and notification bell to let you know when future content appears. Gonna leave it there. Thanks everyone. Love and light to you all. God bless.